Welcome to day 2 of Unlock Your Confidence Code. Today we have confidence and empowerment. And the reason the tree is still up is because today everything really flows from yesterday. We're compounding what we learned yesterday and we're moving that into today. So confidence, what does that mean to you? Confidence moves you from the staying stuck in dream mode to making them an actual reality. So it really takes you to have that for that to happen. So one of my favorite definitions of confidence is that it's something you create within yourself by believing in who you are. Seems super simple, but I'm going to be 100% honest with you. It's just so much easier to focus on weaknesses and flaws, and it's such human nature, and to think about all the reasons why we can't and all the things that are holding us back, which are patterns that are just straight confidence killers. So you really have to work on confidence. The lack of it gets in the way of you even starting. So if you ever thought about wanting to do something or wanting to start something and never doing it because you feel like you don't know enough, because you feel like you need to learn more, because you're worried, you're just stuck, you lack the confidence and you're living in the fear of that, right? So you can build a solid foundation, have clarity, be living authentically, but if you don't take action, nothing changes. You can't take action without the confidence. Okay, so lack of confidence shows up in a lot of ways. It's, if I could be 100% real, for me personally, and I'm sure you guys have had this, so if it rings a bell, make a comment and let me know. Have you said, who am I to do this? Can I really transform lives? Who's going to listen to me? No one will ever want what I have to offer. All these things, I'm sure, sound familiar and ring true because they're just the constant that we hear and that I know that you have said before. So if that particular thing doesn't resonate with you, I'd like to hear the ways that you've allowed the doubt to steal your confidence. Is there something that you process all the time that makes you feel that way? You can post that in the comments and let me know. But either way, the block, it's holding you back. It's stealing your ability to rise up and make an impact. It's the reason why confidence is so imperative. So tomorrow we're going to talk about clarity in who you are and who you desire to become in your story. But right now, I'm going to ask you a question. So if you're brave, I want you to answer in the comments. Have you truly owned your transformation? Do you know what your transformation is? Do you know the impact your transformation could have on another? Honestly, do you know that? Do you know deep down the impact that your transformation could have on someone else? Because if you did, and you truly understand it, how do you think that you could really grasp having the confidence to make that happen, knowing that what you're set out to do could change someone else? Does that make sense? No one has your story, no one has your voice, no one has your unique value. So harnessing that power to unleash your confidence in a way you never imagined can change the life of someone else. So are you ready to take that on? Okay? And I'm going to tell you a little secret, and this is going to apply to tomorrow's training, but every time you take action from a clear, authentic place, your confidence gets a boost, massive boost. So you can see how all of this is interconnected. Right? So confidence. I want you to, if you're a person that journals, I want you to journal this out. If you're not a person that journals, I don't prefer to do it. So if you're just a person who wants to ask yourself these questions, I want you to ask yourself, if you were wildly confident, how would I act right now? If you were wildly confident, how would you feel? And most importantly, if you were wildly confident, how would you show up? I really want you to take some time and think about it, because this goes back to the impact, knowing what your transformation has done or could do for someone else. If you're truly truly ready to take that on, then the confidence that you have will outweigh everything else, right? And it's so easy for me to say, all you have to do is just be confident. But true confidence really comes when all of the branches, this is where the branches come back in, and all of the parts of you are healed. And you're never going to be truly 100%. It's always something you're working on, but all of them are actually working together. Okay. So the next part of today's training is self-empowerment. So self-empowerment, it is on the tree. And self-empowerment is choosing to take charge and responsibility for your life by acting to create the life you desire. And this is without apology, without approval from anyone else. And if you're solid in your confidence, you never need approval. So if you're solid in your confidence, you don't need approval to be self-empowered. You just are self-empowered. So this is why it's important that confidence and self-empowerment go together. You choose to empower yourself always. You are the queen of your domain, your destiny, your decisions, your dreams. You are the one who courageously and apologetically has to create the life that you desire. You have to be in action and in service. That is the only way it happens. Weak self-empowerment, it looks a little like this, waiting for things to happen. You feel stuck or powerless. You blame others or you blame circumstances for why things aren't happening for you. You play the victim mode. You allow other people's opinions to really hinder your decisions and your choices. You're looking for approval from other people. So if those resonate with you, if that's something that you're looking for, do you ever have an idea or a project or something that you want to put out, but then you're like, oh my gosh, no, I need to ask so-and-so first to see if they think it sounds good or if they think it makes sense. That is you allowing someone else to have the power. That is you not being empowered. It's the ability for you to really take action and go for it no matter what. It doesn't matter who, what, without asking permission. It doesn't matter any of that. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about it. It's you doing it completely from your vision to actuality and being the one who just not just thinks about the dreams, but really, really goes for it. And really it's the presence of a lot of courage to be able to do that. So it's not about having the absence of fear, because we're all going to be scared to take steps. It's just coming from an empowered place. So you empower yourself. You embody your power. That's the first step to never giving that away, never allowing someone else to be in the power of you and your decisions. All your choices, relationships, situations, surroundings, when it gets hard, when it's easy, when you struggle, when you're like, you can't change something, or you feel guilt or obligation or uncertainty, all of those areas you have a choice to become empowered, to stay empowered, and to not give that power away. So how do we strengthen our self-empowerment? I actually have two practices that I'm going to give you guys today because I really, I believe in both of them. I give them to all of my clients and they work as long as you stick with them. The first one is called the Self-Love Soak. And the second one is just a daytime practice that we add in. So the Self-Love Soak is something that you do, and it's kind of funny because I actually do it in the shower, but you don't have to. The whole purpose of the Self-Love Soak is to strengthen your inner wisdom and to really learn to listen to yourself and come from an empowered place. So you do this in the morning. You can do it in bed if you choose to. This does not take long. I don't believe in giving practices that take longer. I don't have the time for that. Busy moms don't have the time for that. Working women don't have the time for that. This is super easy. All you have to do, if you choose to do it in bed or in the shower, is just take a few minutes to relax and basically take a few good deep breaths. Your hand on your heart, and you just ask yourself what you need to receive today. And basically, it's going to feel weird in the beginning. It's going to be funny, and you're going to get words, and they aren't going to make any sense. But whatever it is that comes to you, that you need to receive, you need to get it. So let's say it's confidence. You're not knowing what that confidence is related to. It could be confidence in the gym. It could be confidence at work. It could be confidence in your business. It could be, you could get it from anywhere. The key is that you have to get it. That's strengthening your ability to trust what you need, to trust yourself, and to empower yourself. It's just like a muscle. You have to keep utilizing it. You have to keep working to strengthen it in order for you to build your self-trust, which we started yesterday, to build the ability to empower yourself through your decisions without anyone else. So this is why we're doing that. So every morning you're going to ask yourself what it is that you need, and you're going to make sure that you get it, regardless of what it is or how it shows up. So the other practice is called the daytime practice. It's just very general, but I believe it's truly a game changer, because you're going to add in additional ways to strengthen your inner trust, your inner voice, your inner guidance, okay? And now that you know how to access your inner wisdom in the morning with the self-love soak, you're going to use it daily with that. So the daily practice, it can be done a bunch of different ways, but I choose to do it by setting 2 alarms on my phone. And I choose 11:11 and 3:33. Just 2 separate days in times in the middle of the day where you have an alarm that goes off on your phone. Okay? Because at any given moment, you have a choice. You can be a victim or you can be empowered. So this is true for everything in your life: money, relationships, career, health. It doesn't matter what it is. You can choose to be empowered or be the victim, and you can use to listen to your voice, right? So this practice is going to elevate yourself in your life by taking empowered action in everything. So even when it's hard, even when you struggle, even when you feel guilt, all of that. So what you're going to do is, when that alarm goes off, I'm going to have you do 2 things. 1, you're going to ask yourself, did I receive what I was supposed to receive today yet? And the second thing is that you're going to ask yourself, if I wasn't feeling empowered right now, what action would I take? And then you take that empowered action no matter what, from that space. The truth about the self-empowerment is that only you can empower yourself. No one can do it for you, and it has to be strengthened. You have to continuously do it for yourself. So you can either decide to take the reins of it and take it over and be in charge of it and make the decisions from that place, or you can meek along and allow other people to take that from you. And I think that you're all way too brilliant to be anything less than fully powered, just as you are. So again, today you're going to self-love soak, daily practice, and you're going to really focus in on asking yourself those questions. And I'm going to go ahead and post all of this in the comments so that you have the ability to go back, and if you journal, you can journal on those questions and the full way to do the soak and the practice. So that way, if you guys have questions, you can let me know. If not, you can go ahead and post your stories in the group. Make sure that you tag me in them. If you have questions in this self-love soak or in the daily practice, make sure you tag me in the post so that I can come back and answer your questions. And then tomorrow, I'm super excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow's day 3. It's our last day, but tomorrow's a fun day. Tomorrow's topics that I really like to work on, and the tree's coming down tomorrow. We're going to have a little bit of marker board fun. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And if you have any questions in between, you know where to find me. Have an amazing night.